Today's video, we're going to talk about getting a high landing page experience score on Google Ads immediately as soon as you start up your campaign or add a new keyword into your current campaigns that you have in your account right now. This is something that is not, I promise you, clickbait. You can immediately get a high landing page experience score by following these simple steps that I'm going to go through on today's video, which simply has to do with taking Google's recommendations and the actual advice they're giving you to get this score. Now, naturally, anything that's easy to do isn't worth doing at all as it comes to PPC, as I talked about many times on this channel. So, whereas you can immediately get a high landing page experience score, it's not going to be sustained over the long run unless you also put some other work in, which is part of this strategy I'm going to give you here today. But with this, when I say high landing page experience, I'm talking about having and be able to get a quality score, assuming your click-through rates are high already in your account, or you have high expected CTR, where you can get a 10 quality score right away, okay? And usually your landing page experience that you're going to get is not going to be able to allow you to get a 10 quality score until you advertise that landing page for a long time already. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of clicks, if not 1,000 plus clicks on each individual keyword. So this is a shortcut way to not have to spend all this money, because ultimately you can get a good 10 out of 10 quality score if your landing page is at least twice as good in terms of converting than all of your other competitors that are advertising next to you for the same keywords you're advertising on. But this gets you the immediate increase in landing page experience before Google's had time to really evaluate what you have. And then if you follow that up with a landing page that legitimately gets a high conversion rate, you're always going to have it. It's going to remain sticky, because ultimately Google's system nowadays, it's all run off an algorithm. They're trying to figure out who has the better ad and the better landing page, and they want to send all the business to them. And with everybody having smart bidding, they can only send the person that they know is most likely to convert to somebody and they don't equally share it. They try to give it to the people that do a good job for their users or the best job for their users. Whereas the people that don't do a good job for their users are below average compared to all the other advertisers for a certain keyword. They give them the lower quality traffic because they know what's likely to convert, not likely to convert based upon what that user did before they made the search and who they are. And they like to, and if you want to be able to get the best traffic, you got to be able to have the best click-through rates and conversion rates. That is the highest quality scores in your account to really be able to get the good quality traffic that's going to really pay. Then obviously you're getting more clicks, you're paying less cost per click. You make money again and again and again once you get to on basically Google's good side. So with all that said, without having to spend XYZ amount of money, and in some markets where you're paying 20, 30 bucks a click, having to get 1,000 clicks, that's going to cost obviously like $30,000 worth of advertising spend here when you add it all up. You can bypass all that and get the landing page experience score that you want now that'll give you the ability to get a 10 out of 10 quality score without having to go through that. And naturally, even if you did have the time and didn't care to wait, all that extra money that you're going to spend on an elevated cost per click in the meantime, while the algorithm's really testing your landing page's ability to convert well on such and such keyword, you're going to throw away thousands of dollars in the process. So this, literally speaking, will save you thousands of dollars, because you now have this strategy that you can use that very few people actually know about in your back pocket ready to use. So with this said, this trick I found actually out from another subscriber on this channel that commented in the comment section and told me that this strategy works, and then I personally tested it and verified it does work for myself. And you obviously could verify for yourself really easy. This will also work for you. So what is this strategy? Okay, to make it simple, there's 3 steps to this plan, which really there's only 2. The first step is you pull up Google Keyword Tool and you insert your website URL or your landing page URL, but respectively, it's going to be your main website URL. Then you hit return and you see the keywords that it's normally going to recommend to you, okay? Then, second step, add the top 3 keywords that it's recommending to you in your account and bid on those keywords exactly. Now you could still use exact match or the brackets around each keyword if you want, or phrase match, or even regular broad match if you're crazy enough to do that. So the match type doesn't matter, But the key thing is here, once you add those top three, basically the first three keywords that's recommended to you in the list, because obviously the Google keyword tool, you could type in keywords and it'll suggest other keywords, or you could put in your website URL and it'll suggest keywords to you that way. We're talking about using your website URL for Google to recommend keywords to you that way. And then of the first three keywords on the list, those are the keywords that Google's system or algorithm has determined are most closely matching the content on your website, okay? And likely to convert well for their users. So that's why they're recommending them to you. And the ones that are the closest match they think are the most likely to work, they put up top. Because naturally those are the ones you're going to look at first, and therefore the ones you're going to most likely use. So just by using Google's advice, like I was talking about earlier in the video, you can actually get the 10 quality score that you want and get it right away. Take those keywords, put them into your campaign, run those keywords. At least on those three keywords, you'll get an landing page experience score that's high right away, enough where you can get a 10 out of 10 quality score, assuming the expected click-through rate is high as well. Or at least a 7 out of 10 if you got average expected click-through rate itself. But with that said, okay, that's really all there is to the strategy. You're just going to use those top three keywords that they're recommending to you, and your landing page experience is going to be maxed out just from that action alone. And obviously this isn't completely scalable because you can only do the top keywords. Now, I've also tested, going further than this, trying to do the top 10 keywords, top 20, and it's hit or miss. The first three keywords, you do actually get a really good landing page experience score basically every time. The further down the list you go, the less likely it is, as I've done with the little testing that I've done, that you're going to get the perfect landing page experience score. With that, you are going to go ahead and test the top 20 recommended keywords, and then just see how far you can go with it. There's no number here where I can say just the top 10 or top 20. You're gonna have to do your own testing. The top three, it always is gonna work like I just mentioned it would. It might be the top 10 works the same way for you and your market, top 20, whatever. For the most part, it just basically seems like the more competitive the market, the less keywords is gonna automatically give you that perfect landing page experience from what I've tested. And it makes sense because if there's a lot of landing pages that Google can send traffic to, their standards are going to be higher, and naturally they don't want to give you a perfect landing page experience score, or they don't need to, because they've got other people they've got to send the traffic to that already do well, and they're risk averse, and they don't want to push the people that are already advertising out of the way until they know your landing page works. So therefore, the first 20 should automatically give you a perfect landing page experience score in a less competitive market where there isn't 10 people cycling in and out of those top 4 ad spots. And there's just 4 or less people to advertise on those said keywords, or keywords in your market, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, like I said before though, you got to make sure to follow this up that your landing pages actually are solid and relevant for the keywords that you're targeting. Otherwise, this is going to evaporate, after the first few hundred clicks. And the system realizes your landing page isn't really that all that in a bag of chips. So, and they are going to measure your landing page against the other advertisers for those same keywords, and they rank stack it. Are you converting about the same, more than, less than? And if you're in the top 10%, your landing page experience score is going to stay maxed out. And the best way to monetize the keywords that they're suggesting to you at the top of their list on the Google keyword tool is just to see what the user wants. If they want a broken toilet repair company, then you have an ad that says broken toilet repair company, and you send them to a customized landing page with a customized headline that says broken repair toilet company, or broken toilet repair company, whatever I said there. You get what I'm saying. And you focus the content on the middle part of the page to talking about the different types of broken toilets you repair, and the hero image at the top of the page shows some guy fixing a broken toilet in a plumber's uniform, so that a 3-year-old kid could get to the page and understand what it is that you do without even being able to read anything, just through the imagery alone. And then the text backs it up. So without having to think, they know that you do what they came for, and that's where your super high conversion rates are going to come from. Without even being a landing page design expert, you could have a landing page that beats everybody in most markets just by being super relevant like that, because your competition's not going to spend the time to set up a unique landing page for every keyword like that. Whereas if you do, just by being more relevant, you're going to win. I still recommend you hire a landing page expert to give you the best layout Because why settle for part of the results when you can get them all? And then when you have a broken toilet repair landing page with the perfect layout that works great for like a local service market like that, now you're just crushing everybody. You got a conversion rate that's triple the average person's and at least double what the leading person's conversion rate is for those keywords. The other thing that, obviously you might have to do is if it's an informational based query, like broken toilet repair price that Google's recommending to you, that you got to monetize. Don't do what everybody else is going to do that's lazy and send people to a page that just says broken toilet repair, because that's what everybody wants to do. And that's not what the consumer wants. And what the consumer wants and what you are willing to do, just be the one guy in your whole market that's going to send them to a page that talks about how much you roughly charge in a table, even though it's not so easy to give them one price. Saying generally it costs this. Sometimes if you have a broken toilet and it has this problem with the pipe, it can be an extra 300 more. Just give them the best of information you can. It's a hell of a lot better, even though it's not concrete information, because until you know their exact situation, you don't really know what the price is. The average other company in your space, in your local market, if you're doing a plumbing offer, they're not gonna have any pricing on their website, which is really dumb because I don't know why. I mean, on our own agency website, I put pricing on there. Other people don't put pricing on their site because they want people to call to get it. There's a good chunk of the people who are going to get to your website and never call because you don't have pricing on there. And they don't want to talk to a salesperson and then get pounded by a salesperson for the next 6 weeks because they got their number on file with the company. So anyway, long story short, you create a custom landing page for what they're actually searching for. And because you're the only one in your whole space who does it, that's advertising for that keyword right now, even if you don't have the best landing page design skills, you're still going to win by default and have the maxed out landing page experience score. But then again, like I said before, even if you could just beat everybody by being more relevant, you pair that with an actual landing page design expert who's made hundreds of landing pages and has proof that they can deliver great conversion rates. It's not going to be cheap. It's going to be worth every dime. Even if you have to pay 10 grand for that page, all it takes is profit from that page for 3 months. You're going to have that design paid for, and now you're going to monetize it for the next 10 years. A lot of people don't put this into perspective. The more of a zoomed out view you have with what you're doing with these ads, the more you're going to make, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to take a lot of money and time and effort to get set up initially. Is expensive. That will have incredible returns if you look at it from what it's going to do for you for the next 10 years. But because people want to make money right away and they're lazy, if it doesn't have an immediate payoff, they're not going to do it. Or if it sounds expensive, they're not going to do it. You just got to put things into perspective. Okay, what am I going to make on this keyword doing optimizing and having a good landing page, not just a half-assed, but a good landing page for this keyword? What am I going to make off of it, hypothetically speaking, for the next 10 years? It's not a mystery. It's not that hard to figure out. You can see the search volume for this keyword. All the people, for instance, in that example I gave you, all the people searching for pricing, broken toilet repair pricing. If I make a page for this, and instead of getting a conversion rate of 3%, I'm getting 20%, and I get this many more leads, I close on average 15% of those leads, and I get an average of $5,000 a ticket, and I have 70% overhead on those tickets, and therefore I'm making $800 of profit per job. Then as a result of that, an extra 3 jobs a month times 100 months, now I've got 300 more jobs at $800 a job. I just made another 100 grand because I set up this simple landing page for people that want to know what a broken toilet costs, broken toilet repair costs. And it cost me $5,000 to put the page together. I got a 20x return on my money. A lot of people won't do that even if I explained it like that to them, because they don't want to wait 10 years for their return. They want it now. And if they don't get it now, they don't want it at all. The average person, and I could tell you for sure, the average person thinks like that. Don't be so short-minded how you think, and you'll crush everybody in your market, because they want immediate returns. They don't want to invest nothing for their user. They just want the user to figure it out. Their user doesn't give a shit what you think. They just want what they want, and they don't want to work hard to figure out what they want. When you try to ram something they don't want down their throat, you're going to pay it. And you may not pay it now, but you're going to pay for it a little bit at a time over the next 10 years of running that ad inefficiently. And instead of getting half the business, you get all the business, or should I say, instead of all the business, you get half. And people don't think about this because they don't want to admit to themselves how much they're screwing themselves over. If they did the math, how much they're losing doing this half-ass instead of all with their entire ass over the next 10 years, they wouldn't justify not doing, but they lie to themselves. Just like people lie to themselves about not getting in shape. They think that it's impossible, or they need to find this magic pill that'll do it. They know what the answer is. They just don't want to do it. Don't know to do it, or what the benefits are if they did it. They just don't want to do it, and that's how the way it is. And that's 90% of how people think when they set up their Google ads. Be the one person who's going to actually do the work, put the work in to help their users. Google will scratch your back if you scratch theirs in helping their users get a better experience. And that's just how it is. And you want to set up your foundation on Google Ads so that the algorithm that Google has, once they see how good your setup is, they just want to pour a freaking truckload of traffic on you because you're serving users better than anybody else. Therefore, those users are going to be way more likely to click on an ad in the future, making them more money in the future. And it's really that simple. You either get on this Google's good side or bad side. On the bad side, you're paying a shitload more per click. You're getting the shittiest portion of the keyword traffic for the keywords you're targeting that they know is least likely to convert. On the other side, they're giving you the best traffic for the cheapest rates. Which side do you want to be on? And it's easy to be on one side if you want to. You can't say, oh, it's too hard. No, all the information you need for this is I gave you on this video already, basically. And if not on other videos I have on this channel, it's all there. Do you want to be the guy in your space that actually helps the user out, or do you not? It's all there for anybody that wants to take it on. And you could say, hey, but what if somebody else does it in my market? I promise you, I've looked at literally thousands of accounts over the last 10 years running this agency. 1% or less do what I'm telling you here. I mean, you maybe are extremely lucky and you have the one maniac out there in your space. It's actually in your space doing this stuff, but it's highly unlikely. And it doesn't matter if I made 10,000 videos talking about what I talk about in this video. They're still not going to do. People still aren't going to do it. People are inherently lazy. They want to make money from nothing, or they want something for nothing. They want their consumers to buy from them without having to try. And that's just how people are, which is good for you because you don't want them to try because there'd be no opportunity to beat them by putting more work in. You don't want it to be easy, so that when you do the work, nobody else is going to take it away from you. I try to say this to our clients at our firm all the time. You don't want it to be easy where you could step up to the plate in 15 minutes, make money, because as soon as it was working for you, you'd have 10 little guys taking it away from you right away. Anything worth anything in your business, marketing-wise, isn't going to be easy, or at least, because sometimes you can make money easily if nobody else knows about it. Well, Google Ads, everybody knows about it. So if you're going to win, you're going to do more. And that's the only way to win. So anyway, you can get the landing page experience to be maxed out by using the recommended keywords, then follow it up with the right landing page. Okay, or just start advertising on those keywords, then work on the landing page and get it up in like the next 30 days or whatnot. But that is the formula for a maxed out landing page experience score every single time that anybody can do. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours time. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, by the way, you absolutely should, because the information I'm sharing with you on this channel is coming from somebody who spends 40 hours a week just doing ad strategy and ad testing at our advertising firm on dozens of ad accounts. There is no more relevant information than the information I'm sharing with you here today to make millions of dollars running ads for your business every year, given 99% of the other information you're going to find online about running ads is BS. It's made by people who don't actually do ad strategy as their full-time job. They're getting second, third, fourth, fifth-hand information from other people who are then getting it from somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. And at the end of the day, there's just nothing there. If you are serious about making money with ads, you at the very, very least need to subscribe to this information, because there's no better information that you're going to find online, and I promise you that. So you should subscribe if you haven't already. Furthermore, if you like the channel, by the way, I have a blog also on my site that you can also follow. You can find the blog on my site at guaranteedppc.com/blog. My blog has, whereas it's more high-level information on this channel, the blog has step-by-step instructions to execute certain strategies that we use to guarantee results for our clients at our firm time and time again. That is specific strategies you can bolt onto your accounts and exactly how to do it with screenshots with the whole shebang. If you like the channel, you should check the blog out as well. If you don't like to do all the work to get all the results for your account, nobody technically does, but at our advertising agency, that's what we specialize in. We specialize in doing the stuff that people don't want to do that gets results because people don't want to do it. And we charge you once the results are in. That is, if we can't make you more than our fee upfront cost, then there is no fee from our agency. And so if you want to see if we can work together in that kind of capacity where we're taking essentially a fee once we've increased your profitability so much up front, you can reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com and I'll give you an assessment at least and see if we can work together. The catch is we don't work with just any company or offer that guarantee to just any company. We got to know we can do well with your stuff, but at the very least, you can find out if there is possibility to do well with your account and get an estimate of how much results we can get for you short, medium, and long term. We would be happy to provide that for you. If you're not looking to work with an ad agency like ours per se, we've worked in the ad industry for 10 years now at Guaranteed PPC. Therefore, and with that, we've worked in hundreds of niche markets now. The chances are fairly good that we've worked in your niche market before. And if we've done that, and when we've done that, we've already figured out all the stuff that you need to figure out to make millions in your own market. In terms of the ads, landing pages, campaign templates, all of it. And you can simply buy those from us for a one-time fee and just copy and paste everything we learned into your ad account and get the same results that you're looking for without none of the work, essentially. And we can tell you the results you would get with it up front before using the template. At the very least, you should reach out to us and see if we've worked in your market and if we have those templates available. We got people using these templates to start whole other businesses. You can know nothing about PPC and start a lead selling business using one of our templates that generate leads at a very low cost that are cheaper than what people could get on their own trying to run their ads for themselves in those markets. We got several people doing that. We got people that wanted to get into e-commerce. They just didn't know how. They took one of our templates to sell an item that is selling well in country A and started selling it in country B and how to turnkey business. If you're interested in any of those other opportunities, you can also reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com. Well, with that said, I'll wrap everything up with that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.